Can I? Oh, okay, I'm back. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, I do have a special guest with me inside the house today. And, of course, she's also on a schedule. So, it was a very tight schedule. It was pulling tooth to get her inside the studios today. However, we do have her. So, I want to give you the privilege of being the first to get a front row seat to the reasoning that we're about to reason. Ladies and gentlemen, Carolyn Powell.
Hi.
Carolyn, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You good?
Yeah.
Me want to make sure me kind of chop like them say TC always butcher people name. Carolyn is the name, right?
Yes.
All right. And when I hear the name Powell, it's a very powerful name, you know. For real. And when one look at you, one think, all right, so she looks American. And I tell people that you're more Jamaican than American, based on who your parents are. Is both parents Jamaican?
Mom and dad.
Both?
Yes.
Okay.
I
That's
also have my mom's last name. It's Levy and Powell.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you're carrying on the legacy of the Powells.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. So you were born here in the U.S. or in Jamaica?
In the U.S.
In the U.S.
Yes.
All right. Here in Florida?
Yes.
All right. So have you been in tune with your roots back home?
Very much, yes.
Yeah?
Almost twice a year we go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. You're doing better than a lot of folks here that are living here. And of course, even folks who born in Jamaica and come overseas never look back. Most of them, for real. What's the difference for you at your age? 'Cause you're like what?
16.
16.
Mhm.
This year? You become 16 this year?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what's the difference for you being in Jamaica and opposed to being here?
The difference is because when I was really younger, we have a house in Mandeville, which is the countryside. So I was younger. We didn't really go out when I went to Jamaica. It was just in the house and there. So when I was younger, I always thought, oh, America was more fun. I get to do more. But now that I'm like older now, I get to explore Jamaica. I love it more. I feel like more free when I go to Jamaica than here.
Okay. Let's give you a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason for us having Carolyn Powell here with us today, ladies and gentlemen, is because at 16, she's been doing some great work for the island, representing the island. I see her as one of the young ambassador for Jamaica. And she's on the swimming team, the Jamaican swimming team.
Yes.
And I really don't know much about the swimming team, but for you being here, it's more for me than for anybody else because I want to know about our swimming team. We know about the bobsled team just when the bobsled become international. I didn't even knew we had one until we hear them on the international scene. For some folks, they never know about Bob Marley because he was more international than local.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that we have a swimming team.
Yeah.
So how do you get started? Let's start from there. How do you get started into swimming? How do you become? Because I know that some things are natural, like swimming for you is very much natural. For me, I have a son who, we're living in Florida, but it seems like it's a law for them to learn to swim at a very tender age.
Yeah.
That's when you fall in love with swimming?
Yeah, because my mom, when she was younger, she worked, right now she works with older people, but before she used to work with younger kids.
Yeah.
And a lot of them will get issues from, falling in the pool and all those stuff. And my
Yeah.
mom was just like, I don't want that happening to you. So when I was younger, we learned how to swim because, Florida's lakes,
True.
pools, everything.
Right.
So I started when I was 1, and you just do the basic little swim training, and then from there I just learned how to swim, and I liked it.
But my son learned to swim at the age of 2, but it's not that he took it on as a profession. For you have taken it to another level.
It took me a while. When I was younger, I played like 20 different sports. I did swimming, soccer, tennis, art, karate, and I just decided to stick with swimming. So, I don't know.
What made you stuck with swimming?
I just had a feeling that that is what I should do. I like it more.
Is it
I
fair to say that you're a competitive person? Your nature,
guess you
you have a
could say that.
competitive nature.
Yeah.
Because taking all those sports are competitive sports, and swimming, again, for me, it's one of the hardest things.
I think it was more like techniques you needed to remember, and I liked that. It was more techniques and by yourself. And when I was younger, I was very a closed, by myself type of kid.
Oh.
And so I think it was like a way for me to like, okay, I can do this stroke and that stroke. It's like more techniques, so
Okay.
I just thought the complicated the better.
The complicated, the better.
Yeah.
She's a competitive soul. Trust me, she is. So, when did you get in line with the competition now, start to compete? How did that happen? When did that? From school?
Competing for Jamaica or just
In general? No,
Oh.
we're going to get to where you get
In
selected.
general, it was when I was 5 I started competing.
Oh,
Because when you start the team just for the kids, you can get to a higher.
yeah.
They're like, okay, you can move up. And when you move up, you do those little meets for just 1 lap. And then from there, you can just keep going and going. It'll be 2 laps, 3 laps, and then just ends up being competitive.
Okay. So, do you swim for your school or you swim for
I swim for a school, a club, and a club.
and a club?
Yes.
How did you get drafted for Jamaica, and why did you choose to swim for Jamaica?
Well, I've been doing club for as long as I've been doing competitive.
Right.
And I was like, I should take the next level because I always wanted to go to the Olympics. And I was like, I can swim for Jamaica because that's where my family's from. And all I needed was a citizenship and a passport. So I think I want to do it before COVID, but then COVID hit, so it pushed it back.
Oh,
But then I got my citizen and those stuff, and then I went to Jamaica and did a swim meet there, and they're like, you have to do this certain time to get to national team. I did the time, and I got it.
okay, cool. No, I was actually looking at some of your previous meet and so forth, and when I say good, I mean, I've never seen someone at your age being that good, especially representing the islands. So now it's like you have grabbed my interest in swimming because it wasn't one of my favorite sports. But the fact that now we have a team that is competitive.
Yeah. The team is good. It's not even only me. Everyone else's time is just outstanding.
Now you did a remarkable time the other day, 0.09, short of the
Age group Jamaica record.
right, the Jamaica record. That is an accomplishment within itself, you know.
Thank you.
Okay, you were like what, 9 frame of a second off?
Yeah, 0.9 milliseconds off.
How do you feel? Having that competitive, we're like, I should have gone a little bit harder.
Because at that competition, it was the last day, and it was like very new because it was a big competition, and I was like all scared and those stuff. It was the last day, and I was like, I swam so much. I was so tired, and it was a 2 back, and I was like, okay. And so I'm swimming, and I was like, oh, I'm so tired. And then I got out, and they told me that I was close to the record. I was like, really? That?
Yeah?
And they were like, yeah. And I was like, ugh. That made me like so mad because the whole time I was just thinking, just get over it, when I could have just did it. And then I
Wow.
think about it, and I'm like,
I know, but then again, the competitive spirit that you have will definitely make you work
Yeah.
towards breaking that. Because you come this close, that tells me you can do it.
yeah.
For real. Now, of course, we know the Olympics is right around the corner. I'm not quite sure how the whole, system set up at what stage do you get to represent and so forth. But I know like the junior, because you're on the junior team.
It's, I don't explain. It's not really a junior team. It's all the team in one,
Oh,
and then it just whatever competition you make is the one you go to.
okay. So you did the backstrokes. The competition that you said you did the back. What was
200 back.
200 back?
Yes,
So
that
explain
was-
that to me, because probably some of these people don't even know what that is either.
Okay, so in long course,
Yeah.
a 50-meter pool, that's 4 laps, and that's when you're on your back and you.
You mean like the regular pool? Like regular pool, or this is just
The long course, 50 meters.
The Olympic
They-
size pool?
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yo, I would have drowned. Yo, for real. So it's like you did 1,
2,
2,
3,
3, 4.
Yeah.
That's a lot. For real. They take me snorkeling once and I almost drowned.
Someone told me the exact same story, actually.
For real, it's
Yeah.
hard, especially in those flops. But then again, honestly, swimming is a technique that even people who can swim drown. And you know, I have to take my hat off to you for, you know, pushing the envelope and going the distance. And I'm quite sure that I can see you as like our next Olympic, you know, swim athlete, because we do have people who compete at that level, but where the success is concerned, it's minimal, to be honest with you. But I'm quite sure the game is about to be changed. And you just said that, you know, your teammates, they are also, you know, well up there too as well. So the record, the record that is there now is set by a Jamaican. And
Yes.
okay, all right. So what's next?
2 weeks from now, there's a Carifta Games.
Carifta Games.
Hoping to come first, get a medal, or even break a record.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. And then go from there and try to get better times, try to get bigger meets, and hopefully the Olympics soon.
Oh, it's coming, man. Trust me. If it's not this one coming up, it's going to be the next.
Yes.
I can believe that, because it one thing I get from talking to you a couple of days ago when you said, I really want to get to training, and that form of dedication to me, yes, it's a winning dedication that you have.
Thank you.
And I can see winning. So tell me about you, the person, Carolyn Powell, on outside of swimming. What are you like? What are the stuff that you like?
Swimming. Out of it, I like art when I'm calm, but most of the time, it really is just swimming.
You just say when you're calm. You're not normally calm?
Yeah, but swimming and then art.
Oh,
Because
swimming and
swimming
art.
is not just like only competitive to me, if that makes sense. Like sometimes if I'm just stressed, just easy swim.
Okay. What we're looking at here is that's one of your meet, right?
Yeah.
And that's the backstroke?
That's, yes, 100 back.
100 back.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When you guys just jump off right there, that's where I would stop. I'd like probably put my hand up and say that. But this is where you almost break the record?
No, this was about 2 weeks ago in Jamaica, I think. But the one that I went to was in Peru for World Juniors.
Oh, the World Juniors. Wow. I like that. I am proud of you.
Thank you.
Like a father would be proud of his daughter. And I'm so proud because that you choose my country to represent. You could have chosen the United States to represent, you know, because you're a citizen in both countries. But I'm happy that you choose my country, though. For real. And it's your country, too.
Yeah, it's home.
Yeah. What about Jamaica you miss when you're not there?
My family.
The family?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the food?
Oh, yeah. It's a difference.
It's a difference.
There's a difference.
Try to tell people that, you know, for some reason they don't believe me, you know. So I've seen you racked up a whole lot of accolades, though. So you've been swimming from your 5 competitive, and I see you have medal for days. Like I was looking at some photograph, like this one here. I can barely see your neck, for real. It's like the outfit is made from medals, for real. That's how it looks. But I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you, Carolyn, and I'm quite sure that you're going to take this to the next level for us. Hopefully you don't get, because they said in sports, you know, between the age of 15 and 16, you can tell if a kid is going to move to the next level. That's the age, and you're at that age right now, for real. So a quick backstory. So I have a son who plays travel soccer, right? He's going to be 15 in a couple of months, probably 2 months from now he's going to be 15. And why am I worried about the transition between 15 16?
I get it. Like, there is a certain age where kids have been doing sports for so long, and you know, the age of 15, 16, you're in high school, you want to be with your friends, you want to do all of that. But then at the end of the day, you have to remember that when you're in college or out of college, it's something like, is this something you want to do?
Right.
Maybe ask him, have a conversation, be like, is this something you actually want to do? And make him realize that friends, they don't always last. Sometimes sports doesn't, but can take you far in
True.
life.
How do you stay focused?
My goals.
What's your method?
Just my goals. Just remember, even like little high school drama, you just remember it's high school drama. When you're out, you can do the stuff you like. You can go
Right.
to Olympics, your goals and everything.
Okay, gotcha. So that's the conversation I'll have with him.
Yeah.
I'll ask him what's his goal.
Yeah.
And then I'll find out from there.
Yeah.
Because one thing with the sports in America, it can be very expensive.
Yes.
And it can be very tedious on a child at that age, juggling school, you know, moving from between 15, 16.
Mhm.
Now you're thinking about going to junior high and stuff like that. It's a whole different ball game
Yeah.
academically, you know what I mean? And then you have sports dealing with.
Yeah.
Because he plays soccer for his school, one, and he also plays for the city of Plantation,
Yeah.
two. So sometimes they have training at school and then leave to
Yeah.
go to the city. So it can be hard. So I can see why a kid maybe playing it at from that tender age, 5, 6,
Mhm.
and now you're at this age.
And really my advice for it, because I totally get that, is sometimes, you know, when it's too much, just talk to your teacher also. Your teachers, I promise, want the best for you. And you're like, if you just promise to make up the grades and keep it,
Yeah.
then it's fine. If you have practice that day or like it's really hard, like, hey, can I submit this time or this time? Like, they always say yes.
That's good advice. That's very good advice. And that's good advice for parents out there who have kids that is very much active in sports. It doesn't matter what sport it is, it can be tedious on a child at such tender age. However, the encouragement is good. And I like what you said. Speak up, talk with the teacher. Because sometimes, like, for me growing up, like, I talk less, and I wouldn't have that, sit down and have that conversation with a teacher. I probably have it with a friend
Yeah.
in opposed to a teacher. And sometimes these kids, they are kind of in their little shell like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? They'll probably say it to you, but then to say it to the teacher, it's a whole different
Yeah.
thing. But you're bold. Where
I
you get the
wasn't-
boldness from? Your
I
father or your
wasn't
mother?
always- My father.
Your father.
I wasn't always. I just realized the more I speak up, the more helpful it gets you in life. I was very quiet.
Yeah? But after a certain age, and then, of course, being out there, because some of
Yeah.
these meets, you're there amongst different cultures.
Yeah.
You know, people have different culture.
Mhm.
So you have to communicate.
Yeah.
For real. How do you find traveling, though? You like traveling, seeing different places, different world? People
Yeah.
have different culture?
Yes, I love it because it just opens your eyes more of what's going on in the world.
Right.
So yeah, I like it. You see the most beautiful places and not so good places, but you still enjoy it because you realize that some things that you have to take for granted and some things it's beautiful.
Okay, I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm here with Carolyn Powell, and of course, it's not the junior team, she's on the Jamaica swim team,
Yes.
right, which consists of from what age?
I think 11 and 12
11 and 12
and
up.
up. Yes.
Okay. So, was it hard getting in? Or the only challenge was just to get your citizenship, and
The citizenships and all
that was the hard part?
Yes.
And then you have to meet a
Depends-
certain
yeah.
criteria that they have.
Yeah, depends on each competition. It gets harder. The more
Oh.
important the competition, the harder it gets to go in that
Okay.
competition.
I'm gonna try to do swimming a little bit more. I'm gonna try it out. But you know what? I've learned to swim the hard way from Jamaica, as a matter of fact, for real. And you know, being here, the pool is still, but swimming in a river up with the river coming down and you're swimming up, that's a whole lot of work, for real.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, why is it that we don't excel more
I
in
know.
swimming when we have these places to train?
Well, again, it's like I know some people that train in literally hotel back pool, and they swim really good.
Yeah.
But what I believe is just in certain areas that there should be more pools and more like national stadiums for kids to just train more, because I feel like
Because
that
you have to
will
go to
spread in the
Kingston,
sport.
right?
Yeah.
When you're there, you have to go to Kingston because there's none in Mandeville.
No, there isn't.
Exactly. And you're in Mandeville.
Yeah.
So you have to do that commute daily? Wow.
Or if I go there, I'll have to stay.
Stay in Kingston.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a challenge. Well, you know what? I'm proud of you. Super
you.
proud of you, for real. And you know, I am Team Carolyn Powell. Trust me,
you.
honestly. And I'm gonna try to make it available to come to some of your meet too, as well. Doesn't matter where it is, for real. Your dad promised me he'll buy my ticket for the first one, so so I'll definitely make sure that I come and give you that support. And I need you all out there to support her too. Remember, you know, look at her at this tender age. Believe me, you don't want to wait till she reach. Because I remember Usain Bolt's story. I'm not sure if you knew about his story. Like, no one had believed in him first because he never used to run the 100 and 200. He started out at the 400, something around there, and he wasn't winning the race. And then one day, the coach just changed him. The coach saw something and said, maybe if we don't run the 400, let's try out for the 100, the 200 first. And the time that he ran the 200, the coach said, well, if you do this in 2, it maybe can break the national record in Jamaica with the 1. And the rest speak for itself. He's the world's fastest man today. So it happens, you know what I mean? So I'm happy that we have someone now that I can cheer on and say, yes, go Carolyn. And of course I can say, I know her. For real. Honestly, it's bragging rights for me. Honestly, we sit here, we talk about it, but I'm happy that this is what you choose. And I do hope that, you know, going further, the harder it gets, you know, the spirit that you have, you just get tough with it. When the going get tough, the tough get going, right?
Yep.
All right, keep that. I know, so that's a Jamaican blood in you, though. For real, you know, honestly. So how do you have other siblings, right?
Yes.
How do they feel about this? Are they trying to follow in your footsteps with swimming, or
They're all
just
older.
into their? They are older?
Yes, but they're all very supportive.
You're the baby?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, what a pressure. It's a lot of weight you're carrying as the baby, you know. For real. But you know what? They're your big cheerleaders, too. All right, yo, I love that. Now, the meet coming up, it's 2 weeks from now?
Yes, the 28th is when I leave.
Okay. Okay, so you leave sometime next week or week after next?
Yes, week after
And
next.
where's this meet going to be held?
Bahamas.
In the Bahamas?
Yes.
All right. We're looking for nothing but greatness.
Thank you.
Don't feel pressure, but I need a goal to put somewhere on a table here. All right? So when you return from the Bahamas, I want to see. I'll accept a bronze, you know. But I'm really looking for a goal.
Okay, me too.
All right? All right. I'm cheering you on. Carolyn, thanks very much for being here with me and sharing this platform, all right?
Thank you.
And of course, I'm quite sure that our viewers, they're global, so I know that they'll be cheering for you too when they go to the Bahamas. Hopefully, it will be televised, right?
It should be.
Should be.
Yes.
All right, we're going to search for it and see what we can do here because we have a good relationship with the network in the Bahamas. All right?
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay with me. More of who I get bun when we return after this. All right? It's the Naked Truth. Here's to the TC. Carolyn, thanks again. Miss Powell, pleasure.